can I get an extension on my answer for a petition in the state of Oklahoma? Uptel's Attorney James Worth, and that is what we have. When a petition is filed in a court in Oklahoma, typically once it's served, you've got 20 days to file a response of pleadings. For some particular type of cases, it may be a little bit longer, 35 days, 45 days, but the general rule is 20 days. Well, if you're coming towards the end of that 20 days and you don't have your answer done yet, is there anything you can do? And the answer is yes. There is a statute in Oklahoma that allows you to get an extension for that pretty much as a matter of course, and that is Title 12, Section 2012, and then it's subsection A1B. And essentially what it's providing is that unless a different time is prescribed by law, a defendant shall serve an answer within 20 days after the service of the summons and petition upon the defendant, or within the last day for answering, if applicable. That would be if the law specifies a different amount of time, 35 days, 45 days, other than 20, but most of the time it's 20 days. A defendant may file, last day for answers, provided a defendant may file a reservation of time which shall extend the time to respond 20 days from the last date for answering. So you can get yourself an additional 20 days by filing for a reservation of that time under Title 12, Section 2012. However, filing for such a reservation waives certain defenses, so you want to be careful in doing that. The defenses that it waives: lack of jurisdiction over person, improper venue, insufficiency of process of service, failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. That's a big one. You want to be careful about waiving that one. Lack of capacity of a party to be sued. So you can request an additional 20 days under this statute. It's pretty much automatic as long as you file for it, but you are potentially waiving certain defenses, those ones that are listed there, which some of those may be more applicable to others. If they are applicable to your case, then you may want to utilize this. And actually, at my firm, we are working on coming up with some template pleadings available to the public to use if people need to file something pro se. So there's a few different ones we have on there. A lot of times people will contact us for representation. Their deadline to get an answer on file is coming up real quick, and we quote them, and they don't have the money yet to retain, but that deadline is looming. So a lot of times we tell them, hey, you can file for a special injury of appearance and request that additional time, and we can tell them how to do that. But now we've actually got a form document available online. We'll provide a link to it below. It is our special appearance and request for enlargement of time, where it requests that additional 20 days. So if somebody's trying to retain us, but they've got a deadline coming, we can provide that to them. Pro se on their own, they can file it, then they can get us retained. We can start worrying about filing an answer or a counterclaim or whatever else needs to be filed. So if you've got any questions about deadlines for a civil action in the state of Oklahoma, you're probably going to want to talk to an attorney privately and confidentially about your specific circumstances in order to get legal advice. To schedule that with an attorney at my office, you can go online to makelaweasy.com.